Hello everyone, I'm Shani. Did you know that by the year 2015, oil production will decrease tremendously in the world? Yes, according to the U.S. Joint Forces Command, 2015 oil production will go down a lot. And by the year 2030, the world will not be producing enough oil for all of us. But fear not, there are alternatives. In these videos that I have compiled after I'm done talking, you learn about hydrogen fuel cells, ethanol fuel, and biodiesel, which are all great alternatives to the oil that we use today in our cars. So enjoy.
You've probably heard something about hydrogen. You may know hydrogen can be used to fuel cars. But did you know that hydrogen is used safely all around you every day? Imagine living in a world without concerns about energy security or pollution, where you can get all the energy you need from domestic sources. Imagine the world of fuel cells using safe, clean, abundant hydrogen.
Hydrogen is interesting. It can be made a lot of different ways. There's a lot of domestic resources that can be used to make hydrogen. Any source of electricity can be used to make hydrogen from water.
To get hydrogen from water, we can use electricity to break the chemical bonds between oxygen and hydrogen. This process is called electrolysis.
You look at hydrogen compared to gasoline, certainly both fuels have a lot of energy content. You must pay attention to safety considerations when using the fuel. Hydrogen is no less safe than gasoline, it's just different. If there is a hydrogen leak, it's very light, and so it will go up and rise immediately and dissipate into the atmosphere. It's totally non-toxic, it won't cause health problems or environmental problems if it is released into the atmosphere.
Tri-State Biodiesel. We've been in existence about 6 years, and we've been collecting cooking oil in the city for about almost 4 years. We're here at our headquarters in Hunts Point, Bronx. This is our administrative offices as well as our rendering facility and truck depot. So this is the place where all the cooking oil that we collect in the city and in the region gets consolidated and cleaned up and then shipped out for biodiesel manufacturing.
We leave the office about 6 in the morning. We go to our first restaurant. We take the hose off the truck, run it down to the basement. Sometimes we carry the oil upstairs. We'll suck it up with the hose, then we go to our next stop and do the same process.
Oil storage tanks. Filtering out bits of French fries and chicken bones and whatever got into our truck. It's all organic solids, so it's actually good stuff for the mix of some fertilizer. It works great as a heating oil. I mean, it's really the easiest application in the world.
So we take this waste product, a sustainable fuel, something that instead of wasting it, throwing it away, we're making something that has a second life, a second use. Tri-State goes out and they collect the oil. Tri-State then will load that oil into a truck. That truck, which today we're using Hart, Hart will go and pick up the oil from Tri-State. We test the quality, ensure that it is what it needs to be. Then we just bring it into one of our holding tanks. We take alcohol and our catalyst, we combine that with the oil. The oil and the alcohol undergo a chemical reaction in the presence of a catalyst. From that point, it goes into a reactor vessel where that reaction takes place. The biodiesel then, free of that glycerin, will come off the top, we'll hit it with another 10% of what we need to force the reaction to completion, make sure we have a really nice, clean reaction. Once it's in our finished holding tanks, we can either fill rail cars for customers, and that's when we come back to that sustainability, that localized focus on what we want to do here, and that's collect and supply our customers a New York product.
Ethanol is a biofuel that reduces tailpipe carbon monoxide emissions by up to 30%.
Ethanol is about ready to take over as the #1 user of corn in the United States.
Converting corn to ethanol isn't that complicated. But to mass produce hundreds of thousands of gallons per day requires a detailed, coordinated, and streamlined system.
You can't make alcohol without yeast. The yeast eat the sugar, and one of their byproducts is the ethanol.
Contrary to what you may think, ethanol isn't anything new. Ironically, it was ethanol that fueled Henry Ford's early Model T, the first flexible fuel vehicle. E85 releases 80% less carcinogens, such as benzene, into the air than unleaded gasoline. But is there enough corn to feed us and fuel our cars?
We're not going to run out of corn. We have plenty of corn to go around, and if we start running out of corn, the price will go up and farmers will plant more acres to corn.
And it only took about 100 days for the corn to grow. Much of that corn is hybridized, specifically to get the ethanol to fossil fuel ratio higher.